okay, if I get 20 people that call, and I'm a wholesaler or a fix and flip guy, and 20 people that call and raise their hand and say, I want to sell, of those 20, maybe 4 will say, I want to sell in your buy box. And maybe one of them you're going to get wrapped up out of 20, right? And so I'm like, well, what about the other 19? Somebody's monetizing those. So I just thought, I'm going to call the biggest wholesaler in our area, and actually one of the bigger wholesalers, out there. And so I just called them and I said, hey, will you give me your retail leads? I'll close them. And they're like, no, we've tried this. And in fact, we've got a top agent, one of the top agents in the country working them. We've given them 1,000 leads in the last 6 months, and they've closed 6. It's just not worth our time. And I'm like, come on, let me just close these. And one of the things I've learned over time is persistence breaks resistance. So I just kept calling over and over and over again. And they liked me, I liked them, but eventually they gave me 150 leads. They're like, okay, we'll send you over 150 leads. I personally called all of them, and 70 of them already sold to an investor or an agent or somebody. The other 80 that were left, like 30 of them were out of area deals. And so there were like 50 deals. And so I'm like, okay, if there's 50 here, she got 6 with 1,000. I've got to get 6 with 50, right? A reticular activating system. I got my goal. I ended up getting exactly 6. So I called them and I said, hey guys, I got six deals. I'm going to send you a referral fee on these 6. They're like, you got 6? Out of what we sent you? And I was like, yeah, why don't you come in next week? So I came in, met with them, and they're like, Chris, we think you're a nice guy. We don't want to be a jerk or whatever and just say, go pound sand. They're like, but we wanted you to stop calling us. So we said, let's pick like 150 leads from like 5 years ago and give them 150. And you actually closed 6 of them from 5-year-old leads? And they're like, okay, let's start working together. And so we started working together, started building out the system. And actually, it's crazy. I mean, we were routinely sending that group alone over $60,000 a month in referral fees, which like $750,000 in a year for leads that were like literally sitting in their database dying.
Trash leads.
Oh yeah, trash, trash to cash, right? Like that was the main thing.